everyone. I wanted to make a video mostly to thank you all for for all of your support, for watching even a single one of my videos, and to everyone who has commented and written me messages and shared my videos. My gratitude is tremendous, and it has been an absolute delight to think that I've helped anybody to feel relaxed at all. So I really can't thank you enough for that, and I hope you'll stick around, and I hope that over time I'll be able to get better and better and upgrade my equipment, which I'm in the process of. And also, I'd love to make the videos more immersive with more decoration and different angles, all of those kinds of things. So thank you for supporting me from the beginning, and gosh, I don't have words. It means just a ton, and I think you're all the cat's pajamas. So, gosh, thank you. In this video today, I thought I would tell you a little bit about my experience with ASMR before I had ever even heard of the initialism. And I also wanted to tell you just a little bit about me, since you've all been really, really open and kind, and so I thought I'd share just a little bit. But don't be afraid of hurting my feelings if you don't feel like watching that. I totally understand. And I have some items that sort of represent the things I'm interested in, like books and things. And so I'll be looking through those as I tell you. But to start, I'll just talk a little bit about my own experience. And I like tapping on this iPad case because I just love the feeling of it. So I'll just be doing a little of that, just because. Oh, and my name is Nicole, by the way. Some people call me Nikki. You can call me Nicole or Nikki or Springbok, or I think someone called me Bok Choy, which was hysterical. I think that's the best. Anyway, so I think, like most of you, I realized that ASMR affected me from a really young age, when teachers would talk and hand out papers and write, and I would get triggered sometimes, and I had no idea what was going on, except that it just felt exceptionally delightful. So of course, thinking that there's so many people in the world, and to think that anything I experienced would be unique to me would be rather narrow-minded. So I started asking, if anyone else ever felt this. And all through school, all through college, I never never found anyone who did anything but sort of respond to my inquiries. Like, no, I have no idea what you're talking about, you're crazy. So I gave up on trying to find out, but I was starting to realize maybe what my triggers were a little more. And when I would find the feeling, I would try to replicate it as much as possible. For instance, in college, when I had very little money, I found a dry cleaner, and the boy who worked there at the cash register, he was so calming, and the hot air in the dry cleaners was so thick and heavy and drowsy, and he would talk and he would write out receipts and use his cash register, and I would get this ASMR. I would get these tingles, the kind that start and just go through your whole body, and it feels like being in a basket of puppies or something. It's so great. And then even after I would leave, the feeling would last, and I remember even like driving, and people could cut me off or like almost hit me in my car. I just feel like, that's great, that's great. How great is everything? So finally, a couple years ago, I had a conversation with my brother, and he and I are so similar. It's very strange that out of everyone I ever consulted, I never talked to my brother about it, but it turned out he knew exactly what I was talking about. He had heard this initialism for it, ASMR, and he told me about the community. We're both Redditors, have been on Reddit for, so many years. A lot of time on Reddit, and also YouTube, and I found Visual Sounds One's A Makeover for You, and my life changed. I just sat there and melted, So anyway, I believe, I speculate, I should say, that ASMR, as we understand it, may have something to do with empathy. I think the human body shows a lot of involuntary signs of empathy. For instance, if you yawn often when other people yawn, they say you're more empathetic, which is sort of neat. Your body is automatically mirroring the people around you. And your body, your whole being, wants to connect. And I believe that the ASMR community is about people who want to connect and who are sensitive and loving. And that doesn't mean that we're all angels, that we're all perfect, and it certainly doesn't mean we're all calm all the time. I really love like violent video games and like really crazy TV and movies. Like I watch Hannibal every week, and oh my gosh, I just like the most grotesque things happen, and it's filmed so beautifully, and I will sometimes just stand up and clap. I'm not a violent person at all, but we all have quirks. We're all different. But again, I think the thing we have in common is there's something that drives us and rewards us for connecting, for listening. It's nice to think our bodies reward us for listening. I love to think about that. And for me, and I think probably for you too, or at least for a lot of us, anxiety may be an issue. I love people. I do well in social situations. I can talk and talk and talk. I'm interested in a lot of different things, and I love to meet new people, especially odd people who are different from me. That's not to say I'm not odd. I'm very obviously odd. Anyhow. But I know for me, I feel that it is such a gift because ASMR is something that not everyone can experience. And I do believe, and if there are people watching who don't experience ASMR in the way we describe it exactly, it doesn't mean that there's not a lot of value in these videos, in the community. Some ASMR artists, that's a fun portmanteau we use, right? ASMR artists. Some don't necessarily trigger me, but I love to listen to them, especially the ones who talk about history and art, things like that. I love to fall asleep to it. So whether you experience the tingles or not, we can calm each other and we can soothe each other and we can help each other sleep and get through really hard times. And I think that in the world, out of all of the things we do to comfort ourselves, most of them have some sort of consequence that's maybe negative or some sort of cost. I think a lot of us run into trouble when we try to comfort ourselves and maybe don't do it in a positive way. We have a gift in this community, all of us, to find a way to reach a level of calm, understanding, and maybe of love for each other without anything negative. There's no cost for us. There's no repercussion. You don't gain weight from ASMR. You don't get a hangover from ASMR. And I think that is perfect. So anyway, that's what I wanted to say about that. And I'm sorry if it's a little hokey. And it means a lot to me. And you all already have just made this all wonderful. So I'm so happy to be able to make even a small contribution. So thank you. So I'll tell you a little bit about me and show you a couple objects. I guess I can start with this book because I've been kind of tapping on it. This is my favorite book. It's Germinal by Emile Zola. He's actually a French writer. He's my favorite writer. He wrote in French. I don't speak French. And someday I always think I will learn French just to read Zola and a lot of other writers in French, but you know that I want to learn Spanish. I've taken some Spanish over the years, but it's quite awful, my Spanish. I want to learn Spanish to read Borges, learn German to read early Nabokov, Russian, and Emile Zola, he would write about things in a really painstaking way. He would really, really study things, and he believed in an interesting version of naturalism, that our environment and our heredity shape us and our family lines. He wrote about high society and low society. Anyway, reading has always been a great comfort to me. And I do love the smell and the sound of books. This one's rather old, and it's a little garish, the cover. It's a little bit garish. But I love it because it's an older version, and I love to think of other people reading the books that I have. Like they're just sort of at a moment in time with me. So, yeah, I have various copies of this book, but I love the paper, and I love that it's in this kind of, probably was in a library at some point because it has the crinkly cover on it. And books are such a, and look, this is cool too. You know, it's fine. Secrets underneath. Every bookshelf is full of secrets, even your own. You'll find things. Sometimes my books are, they end up unwittingly becoming time machines because I'll leave little notes and mementos in them, sometimes absent-mindedly. Like this one has this, I don't even know when I wrote this. I can't even, it's just, sorry, the light is goofy, but it's just a random Latin phrase, and like, I don't even know why I would write it and put it in there, but it's in my sloppy handwriting. So for whatever reason, a long time ago, it's like a message in a bottle. Anyhow, and I love the smell of books, and I actually know how to make books. I know how to typeset with a Gutenberg style with a Gutenberg style printer, where you set the lead type with your hands. It's very messy work, and it's very involved, and I don't do it very much. But anyway, the smell of books comes more from the glue. The glue starts to break down, has that really wonderful aroma to it. So, and I have lots of books by Emile Zola, and lots of other books by a lot of other people, but I like this one because it looks almost biblical. It's even got the like gilded pages and the built-in bookmark, which is just lovely. Anyway, books for me were always a wonderful refuge. Probably for you too, or movies, or comic books, or games, whatever you like. I like all of those things because they can take you away, even if you're not running away from anything. It's wonderful to jump in and out of another story. So, anyway, Emile Zola is buried in Paris, across from Victor Hugo. They share a nice little crypt, or anyway. He was a very courageous man, fought for the people. Anyhow, so I love books. That's a big part of my life. And I love all kinds of books. I also love animals and cute things. which I'm probably too old for, but I got this one. I sleep with him. His name is Erickson. I don't know why his named him that, because he's Swedish. I got him in Sweden at one of the Palace gift shops, which is so cheesy. But I love him. He has a little nose I can tap on. And he has a little crown, a sad little crown, because it's made out of just like felt. So I'm always grooming his crown for him, so he can look like a proud lion, almost like a Lannister. But he's not, don't worry. Anyway, I love animals so much. You've probably noticed that if you've watched my videos. I've never actually pet a real lion in real life, but I have pet and slept on top of a tiger. I've actually pet a lot of tigers, and a lot of animals actually. So I love them. I love them. What else did I bring? Oh, I brought a hat. It's a hat. This is a cool hat. It has a veil built into it. It's quite old. I think this hat is from the 1940s. I can't remember. I like going to antique malls and things like that to find I love hats. But I love vintage things. I really do like clothes. I have so many of them, and it is my vice, I would say. But I seriously do love fashion. I think it's such a democratic facet of design. You know, design is all about the people, and you don't get sort of a more human level of design than what we wear. So I'm interested in how things like wars and empires and conflicts, victories, gender, how all those things affect fashion over the years. So I really do love it. And I'm happy to do videos about clothes and hair and makeup. I know those are popular. I like them. But I worry sometimes that they might not be as inclusive to everyone. I think that there are a lot of people who don't wear makeup, a lot of men and a lot of women who don't wear makeup or care much about, hair and clothes and things like that. But I will definitely do some of them because I do really like it all. So, and I love people who have their own fashion. I don't so much love when people spend thousands of dollars to just try to look like someone else or to just follow a trend. I love it when people represent themselves, even if it's wild, crazy, or even if it's very, very simple, Coco Chanel is a style icon, but so is Steve Jobs to some people. I don't look particularly good in turtlenecks, but I'm just saying I like to see how people present themselves a lot. So anyway, and in that vein, the last thing I have to show is this purse. Actually, I'll move this iPad. This purse is quite large. Somebody told me the other day it looked like a mailbox, which is great because my actual mailbox, I realized, is significantly smaller than this bag. So anyway, I originally saw this bag in Paris, and it was, I think it was between $900 to $1,200, and it was so pretty, but I'm not much of them. Like purses and shoes, of course I have them, and there are ones that I like, but it's not really I'm not a fanatic for them. In any case though, this was so unlike anything I had seen, and I didn't buy it in Paris because the price was just, I had better things to do with my money, but, and don't tell anyone this, okay? It's not like I'm openly broadcasting it, but theoretically, it might be possible to find a knockoff such purse somewhere like northern Thailand. Like I said, strictly theoretical. To find a really perfect knockoff for a fraction of the cost. I would never do that, of course. In any case, let's just say, eventually I got this purse. And oh my goodness, I just love it. It's made out of kind of plastic, which is nice. I think this is maybe another reason why purses and shoes aren't as big with me, because I am a vegetarian, and don't worry, I don't care if you're not. It's totally fine. But for me, I don't buy things that are leather. It's just my preference. Like I said, it doesn't matter to me if you do or don't. I think you're great. But I loved this because it wasn't leather. And most importantly, it didn't look like any purse I had ever seen before. I have girlfriends who I'm very close with and whom I love. The friends I have, most of them I've had for most of my life. And when none of them are, most of them aren't quite the same. They think maybe some of the things I wear and are a little silly. The first time I showed up with this purse, my friend was like, "Oh my gosh, it just looks like a big piece of candy," and kind of started laughing. And it is a little silly, but I like things that are a little unexpected and that just feel like something I would want, you know? I hope you all have little things that make you happy. Things are certainly not what define us, but comfort. It's not something to feel guilty about either. Enjoying a few little things that make you feel sort of joyful. And I sit around just tapping on this all the time, even in waiting rooms, in the car. Tap, tap, tap. And sometimes girls show you, what's in their purse. But I think I've gone on long enough, so suffice to say, everything is in my purse because it can fit everything in it. And so I end up feeling like, well, I'll just bring everything with me all the time. I feel like Felix the cat and his bag of tricks. In any case, I really appreciate spending this little time with you. I can't wait to make videos in the future. I plan on doing like a question and answer video if anyone's interested. Maybe when I get 1,000 subscribers. I hope. I would love to. And like I said, I finally decided on the microphone that I want. So I will be placing that order really soon, and I plan to do a lot of different videos, not just role plays. Some of them will be really soft spoken. Some of them will be whispers. Some of them will be soft spoken, but not super soft spoken. Because I like ones that feel sort of natural as well, at least for me. And I'll be doing non-role plays, soundscapes, and how-to videos, all of that. I hope, because making these videos, I hope it's wonderful for you, and it's been so nice for me too, and I love it. So and always feel free to send me your requests. I love your comments, and know that hopefully pretty soon the quality will go way up. And I just hope you understand that you're wonderful. So have a wonderful day, okay? Or a nice night if you're headed off to sleep.